Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It is yours truly, the Ace, back with another Behind the Teens video, episode 17. Tennessee Titans is the main focus of this video. I got a Tennessee Titans fan. Anthony is in the building. How you doing, man?
Man, tighten up, baby. Let's go.
Hey, as you can tell by, what I'm saying, his banner in the back, tighten up. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming on. First and foremost, hope you're having a good day out there.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. So the Tennessee Titans last year finished at 7-10, second place finish in the AFC South. Right. Obviously, you guys didn't make the playoffs. What were your thoughts on that season, the 2022 season?
I think there's a lot of different elements. Honestly, I mean, we didn't have a good offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Tannehill's being injured. We're throwing a rookie quarterback in that, we're watching in progress. Malik Willis, we watched him on Saturday a little bit. Our offensive coordinator, I feel like the biggest component on that whole situation last season was the Titans have been so predictable for so long. Like, you know what we're going to do. We got the workhorse Derrick Henry. So it's like, all right, 1-2 punch. 1-2 punch. And, I think it was just a combination of factors that just kind of like our season, like we should have done better, but things just didn't go our way, and then firing of our offensive coordinator midseason, I think that kind of set a tone as well as with the players. I don't know, in the locker room, maybe, there's that. Then firing our J-Rob, our GM. I mean, I just think there was a lot of factors. So I think this year, we're on a better pace. I think there's like a lot more morale going on with the guys. And we'll see how it goes. I mean,
yeah. I feel you. Sometimes it's like that, you know what I'm saying? Because, you're kind of in, I want to say you guys are in purgatory, where that's a phrase I tend to use a lot because it accurately illustrates how teams are. You guys aren't bad enough to be bad, but you're kind of like not good enough to be good. So you're kind of just in the middle. The Titans are, you know what I'm saying, like a couple of games here and there you probably could have competed, especially in a weaker division. The AFC South isn't known for being a powerhouse. So, you know what I'm saying? So maybe a little bit better quarterback play, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, a little bit more unpredictableness is like what you were saying, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows the key to stopping the Titans is getting Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? So, and then obviously Malik Willis got out there as well. So it's kind of like, you guys are in that flux, you know what I'm saying? And then, so going into this offseason, right, Malik Willis, you know what I'm saying, played a little bit. Tannehill, you know what I'm saying, was your starting quarterback. What do you feel like after the season was over? Was the Titans' biggest need, I should say? And do you feel like you addressed it via the draft or free agency?
I feel like I'm not upset that we drafted another, round, another quarterback. That's fine because, I guess we're trying to figure that out because at the end of the day, we all know this is probably Tannehill's last season in Tennessee, so we need to figure out that issue. I was happy with some of our, fixing the offensive line. From what I've seen in the offseason, we've done some adjustments there. Yeah. Our defense, watching the past two preseason games, I feel like our defense has done okay. It's just hard to tell with, your secondary players, without seeing Big Jeff back there, KB, the playmakers. But I like where we're going with that. But I think the biggest adjustment that we made, from what I can tell and I'm hoping, is the O-line. Because with D-Hop on one side, if Treylon Burks still stays healthy on the other side, you got Derrick Henry, we got Tajay Spears, we got Chestnut in the backfield. If Tannehill can have time to figure things out, I think we'll be okay. So, my opinion, the offensive line was the biggest adjustment we made this year.
Yeah,
and I just hope it works out.
Yeah, and that's where you guys went with your first pick, you know what I'm saying? O-line, you know what I'm saying, which is your NFL's one in the trenches, you know what I'm saying? You kind of have to have that offensive line to be able to protect, especially when you don't have a mobile quarterback. Tannehill is not like he's not a mobile quarterback, but he can move around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's not like a statue back there. But I gotta ask, man, like what's going on with the three? It's like, who's going to be the starter day one? Is it Tannehill? Or are you going to give one of these young guys a shot? Like,
It's going to be
going
Tannehill. It's going to be Tannehill, man. So it's kind of like deja vu from the, what was it, 2009 or 18 season, where it was week 7. We were playing the Broncos. They took Mariota out of the game, threw Tannehill in. So I think it's going to be one of those scenarios. If Tannehill doesn't produce, it's going to be Levis or Willis. I mean, it's going to be one of the two. And I don't know who I want to go with yet. I mean, I haven't seen enough of them. I mean, we've seen more of Malik Willis than we have Will Levis. And looking at last season, I've seen some improvements from Malik Willis. But like Will Levis, I mean, he played a few snaps in the first preseason game, and he looks like it's just one of those things, man. It's just like like if I had to pick one right now, I don't know. I'd be the worst offensive coordinator ever because I'd probably make the wrong decision.
Well, I gotta hear it. Pick one. Who you going with, Levis or Willis?
Honestly, I think I'd have to go with Levis, just because the only reason I say this is Malik is very mobile, but his pass presence isn't there. With the running backs that we have, you don't need to run, dude. I mean, yeah, there's situations you need to run, but like if you can just sit in the pocket and you get that opportunity. And like I said, going back to the offensive line, if you have those few extra seconds or split seconds just to make a play, and then that's my problem with Tannehill. I like Tannehill, but he's not an elite quarterback.
Yeah, he's in the middle. He's like,
I say he's above average.
Yeah, he's not one of the worst, but he's in the middle. Yeah.
My problem with Tannehill is people say this all the time. Going back to the Cincinnati playoff game 2 years ago, he's not a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Burrows or or Josh Allen that can improvise plays. When the play's dead, it's almost like Tannehill just commits and he doesn't know what to do when the play's broken. So that's where I'm at with him. But I will say Tannehill, given the time, and if he has the time, and like you said, he's mobile-ish, but not a fully mobile quarterback.
Yeah, it's no threat to run, but yeah, he can because there's different types of mobile. There's the Aaron Rodgers mobile type where you're mobile enough to stay in the pocket to look for the pass down the field like Patrick Mahomes is. Or you're mobile like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. Or Daniel Jones, and you're just going to take off whenever you can. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference. Tannehill has pocket presence, you know what I'm saying? But he's not going to be able to – he's not going to beat you with the legs. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely not. And like I said, when he commits to a play, it seems like he just commits. It's like he doesn't think outside the box like a Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen would. Like they see the play's dead. It's like, okay, let's try something else. Oh, let's have fun, guys.
Yeah. I think you guys should just give the reins to one of the kids already. Like if you're going with Malik Willis, just give it to him. Say, look, this is your team. Unless something, crazy happens. Same thing with Will Levis. Like, hey, we're going to give you opportunity because what you have from Ryan Tannehill already. You know what I'm saying? Put the kids out there. That's just my opinion.
I can agree with that. I mean, I can definitely agree with that. I mean, my only thing is like, I feel like after this season, we're going to be in a rebuild phase. Yeah. Which we're starting to do that. We're in that. So it's like, okay, but we're also paying Tannehill $31 million a year this year. Yeah. So
it's hard to rebuild with that kind of quarterback on the payroll, but it's like you have the luxury of being in a weaker, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, division. But everybody's in your division is going to have that young quarterback. You guys are kind of looking at the outside in. You got the senior quarterback that's at least starting because in your division, you got to figure you got Anthony Richardson who's going to start for the Colts. You have Bryce Young who's I'm sorry, CJ Stroud. Who I keep saying Bryce Young. You got CJ because the Texans really want them. You got CJ Stroud that's going to start for the Texans, and then you have Trevor Lawrence who starts for the Jaguars.
And he looked good last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Our division, I feel like the past 3 years, I'd say, we pretty much owned our division. Now we're starting to get the competition back in our division. I'm just glad we don't pay the Chiefs or the Bills in regular season.
Yeah.
Playoffs is a whole different story, but regular season, like, hey.
Yeah, we'll we'll definitely make sure we hit this. We hit the schedule in a little bit. But yeah, so that was pretty much your off season. But then you added a couple weeks ago, you added a weapon and DeAndre Hopkins. That kind of threw me off for multiple reasons because you let AJ Brown walk, who was
Yeah.
younger, but then you got an older guy in D Hop. So, what were your thoughts on the D Hop signing?
It kind of goes back to like typical Titans. I mean, we signed Randy Moss back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't work out. We signed Julio Jones. We signed Calvin Johnson. D Hop's. I mean, looking at the stats, D Hop is younger than all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like reading the reports from the Titans players like Treylon Burks, he feels like he wants to be a D Hop, so he's working harder. You know, like I said, I was happy when we signed Julio. I was disappointed how it turned out. Back in the day with Randy Moss, same situation. But D Hop, I'm excited, man. Like, and he seems like he wants to be here. You know, he seems like he wants to be here in Nashville. From what I understand, is he's building a good relationship and chemistry with Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, the guys he's going to be playing with. You know, and if Treylon Burks can stay healthy, we got receiver number 1, receiver number 2, Chig, our tight end.
Yep, Derrick Henry behind him. So,
I mean,
but see, that's the thing, though. It can make such a good transition to a young quarterback to have a guy like D Hop. You know what I'm saying? That's why I would just throw one of the kids out there, man, because it's like to have a receiver like D Hop that can get open and not even if he's open, he'll just throw it up and he goes up and gets it. You know,
he'll get it. He'll get it.
So, but that's just my opinion at the end of the day. So, all right. So, since we're on the topic of players, give me your standout player that needs to have a good season for the Tennessee Titans to have a good season.
Oh God, that's like so many. The standout player though, I'd probably have to say for us to have a good season, I'm going to say it's going to fall on our quarterback, whether it's Tannehill for the rest of the season or we go with one of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's going to be that. And then secondary, I'd say our center, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, but God, yeah, there's so many players. It's like, yeah, everyone needs to have a standout season. But yeah, I'm going to go with the quarterback, you know, whoever we go with.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Treylon Burks because I feel like if he can have a good season, because all eyes will be on D-Hop.
Oh, yeah.
So Treylon Burks will get a chance to kind of break out. And if he can establish himself as something, especially when the young quarterbacks come, you can build a good chemistry and a good rapport.
Right.
Because D-Hop probably only has a couple more years. So that when he goes, you're that guy on the team. You know what I'm saying? And you're coming up with a young quarterback. So I definitely think he's somebody that needs to kind of step up for you guys to have a good season. What do you think?
Oh, I agree 100%. And like you were just saying, like I just thought about it when you said it, having D-Hop on the field, it's kind of deja vu going back to having Julio. Yeah. Even if he doesn't do anything, he's a distraction.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a distraction. So as Treylon Burks is progressing in his game and, you know, his abilities, just having D-Hop on the field is a distraction, you know, because
of course you're going to have multiple eyes on him at all times.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know,
at least 3 pairs of eyes on him at all times. So, you know, that's
absolutely.
Exactly. So, yeah. So, because I'm looking at your strength of schedule, you guys are a little bit you guys are at the bottom. You know, so your whole division is at the bottom this year. You guys have 28th strength of schedule. So a pretty easy schedule, and this is why it's like I'm gonna keep harping back to them. You have an easy schedule. Put one of the kids in there so that way, you know, they're not getting brutal, you know, murderized or anything like that. Like, come on, like just put them out there. But what are your realistic expectations for this Titan season? What do you need to see at the end of 2023 to be like, okay, we're heading in a good direction, or we had a good year?
I have high expectations that we should win our division. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jacksonville was coming on strong last year. They look good. You know, those last 7 games that we lost last year in a row, we should not have. I mean, it was just a lot of different components and, you know, but it's a new season. But my expectations for this year is I think that we're going to finish strong in our division. Mm-hmm. We should make the playoffs. like you said, we do have a pretty easy schedule. We're playing Cincinnati, which I think we got their number this year just because it's like, all right, we are not going to let them beat us again. We don't play Kansas City or Buffalo in the AFC, so we're good on that. And then we got our regular, 8 games in our division, and I think what do we got? San Diego, the Saints. Saints don't scare me.
All right, well, let's since we're on the topic of schedule, let's hit that right here. So I'm bringing it up right here. All right, preseason basically is just preseason. You just want to make sure you get everybody out of there healthy. I doubt any of your starters will play week coming up this Friday. It's the last preseason game. So all right, so let me get your wins and losses. What do you think is going to happen? So week 1 at the Saints, Derek Carr's debut in New Orleans. What do you think happens?
That's a tough one, man, because the Saints are just. I think we got that one. Because it's Derek Carr's first game with the Saints. Depending on how their off season's gone, how their mini camps have gone, what kind of chemistry he has with his players. I'm not sure what their defense looks like, but I think we got the Saints.
Okay. Week 2 at home versus the Chargers. Now the Chargers, I think they're going to be better this year because adding Kellen Moore, creative play caller, with Justin Herbert.
Who
just got paid too. So it's like, what do you think? What do you think the outcome of this game is?
I can see it going 2 ways. I can see it, like you said, throwing different dynamics in the scenario, and Justin Herbert just getting paid, which a lot of times that can go either way. It's like, hey, I'm paid. I'm good. I'm just going to do what I got to do to win a game. But I don't know, man. The Chargers at home, coming off the road, I think we got it.
Did you got it?
I think we got it, yeah.
Okay. So that'll put you at 2-0. So week 3, you travel to Cleveland to face the Browns.
And that's one of those sleeper teams. I mean, they
Sean Watson year 2. I agree. I could agree.
Yeah, that's one of those sleeper teams, man. I don't want to say it, but I think they might get us. I think Cleveland might take us on that one.
Okay. So that puts you at 2-1. Then you're going against Cincinnati, who you think you guys fare a good chance at, and you guys are at home. So you're putting it on a record that you're taking a W here?
I'm taking a W on this one. Yeah.
Okay.
All day.
Cool. So 3-1. Then this is interesting because you guys are at Indianapolis, and I just had a Colts fan on in episode 16. So if you guys haven't checked that out, make sure to check that out now. I got to put in that plug right there. So he said that this is going to be a W for them. What do you think?
The Colts, going to Indy. That's a W.
That's a W for you?
Yeah, that's a W for it.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of like I think he was a little bit very energetic about the Colts because I was kind of like, you guys are in rebuild mode, dude. I'm like, Anthony Richardson. Now I understand you're following him, but I'm like, we got to see what happens on the field. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he ended up putting them at like 13 wins. I said, dude, you're probably getting like 7.
He's a very energetic fan.
Yeah. So all right. So week 6, Baltimore.
Oh man, God bless. It depends on how Lamar's playing that day. It's like sometimes like Lamar Jackson's one of those players to me that when he is on, there's nothing you can do to stop him.
Nope. You know the run's coming, but it's like with you guys. You know the run's coming, but that's it. But they've loaded up with Odell Beckham Jr. and Zay Flowers.
I know.
So, and J.K. Dobbins is coming back, so they have a good team.
And they always have a good defense. I mean, their defense always like destroys us. I'm gonna go with the loss on that one.
Okay, so that puts you at 4-2. Okay, so then you got an early bye week. You know what I'm saying? Week 7. Then coming off the bye week, some might think this might be a trap type game. You know what I'm saying? Where you're going against a bad Atlanta Falcons team. But what do you think is going to happen when you guys are at home versus Atlanta?
Well, the only thing that concerns me about this game is Arthur Smith. He knows our system. Unless we've completely revamped a lot of inside details that he knows about, that's what kind of scares me about playing Atlanta is Arthur Smith.
And I do like Bijan Robinson.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the loss on that one.
Oh, okay. So 4-3. Then you guys are at Pittsburgh.
I think we got Pittsburgh.
You got them?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Pittsburgh is actually another one of the dark horse teams I have to actually be pretty damn good because Kenny Pickett's looking pretty good. This is a Thursday night too, so anything can happen. But you can't ever sleep on Mike Tomlin. He's gonna have them boys well coached. So
Yeah. No, I'm not super on that. Yeah, Kenny Pickett's a stud. Yeah, and Mike Tomlin. I mean, he's
of course, you know what I'm saying. So all right, so then you guys have 3 road games in a row. Wow, they ain't do y'all no favors. Then you're going to Tampa, which Tampa to me is going to be one of those meh teams this year where Baker Mayfield is just kind of just you never know. But what do you think is going to happen here?
knowing his personal struggles right now,
Mm-hmm.
and just seeing what I mean, he's not really done anything since he's been in the NFL. Really, we got a W on this one.
Okay, so that'll go ahead and put you at 6-3. All right, then at Jacksonville. You guys have to win these games. These are gonna be tough games.
Yeah.
But in order, this is gonna come down. This is going to be the division winners, depending on the matchups. If you guys could beat them, they beat you. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jacksonville. In Jacksonville, I'm gonna say we're taking this one.
You're gonna say you're taking that one? That's a tough place to play too at Jacksonville.
And I think we're actually going to be at that game. I think we're going to be. Yeah, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young, the rookie.
Yeah, we got
one.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna see what happens if Bryce Young can kind of get, his footing in. You know what I'm saying? Because he hasn't looked good so far, but he's got a high ceiling. So, and then you're facing another young quarterback in Richardson. Hopefully, nobody's injured by then. And then you guys they're coming to your house, Indianapolis.
We'll take him. We'll take him at home. Yeah.
So you're saying a clean sweep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna roll with it.
Ooh, I cannot. When y'all play each other, I am gonna clip both of these together and tag both of y'all in it. And we're just gonna see what happens. That should be good. Then you're playing in one of the toughest places in the league to play in. When you've already went to Jacksonville and won, you're telling me, are you gonna sweep the Florida series?
No, not with Tua and Tyreek Hill, and no.
Of course, it all depends on Tua. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now if he has a concussion that week, yeah, of course. But I'm gonna say it just straight up W. That's an L right there. That's a loss.
So 9-4. Then Houston. You know what I'm saying? You haven't played them. This is gonna be your first time seeing CJ Stroud. So, but this game is at home. So what do you have them?
I got us as a W on that one.
Got us a W. Okay, so that'll put you at double-digit wins so far. Then Seattle Seahawks. If this was in Seattle, it'd be a different story.
Right.
But it's at home.
Right. And
this is the final home game too.
And Geno Smith, man, like where did he come from?
Yeah. Well, correction too. This is not your final home game. You got one more after that. But Geno Smith, can he duplicate the success of last year?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Is like last year it was just like I remember watching Geno his rookie year, and then like he just disappeared, and then last year he just came out and.
The system fit him well, but can they duplicate it? We'll see. But what do you have here?
Right here I have, last Seattle game we went to, we won. Russell Wilson was still with the Seahawks. I'm gonna say we got him. Since it's at home, it's a home game. I think we got a W on that.
Okay, so that'll put you at 11. Okay, week 17, you're ending with 2 division games. Week 17 at Houston. This will be CJ Stroud's second time seeing you guys.
At Houston. I think we can take him in Houston.
Okay, so that'll put you at 12.
Okay.
So then it all comes down to this. This might be like the game of the week. Whoever wins this game wins the division and gets into the playoffs.
I don't think we're going to beat Jacksonville twice this season. I got them as one. I don't see us beating them twice. Honestly.
Okay, that's fair. So 12-5, give or take a game or two, because you know how the NFL is, where you'll lose games you're not supposed to lose, and you'll win games that
of course any given Sunday.
Exactly. So that's pretty much what it comes down to. But overall, y'all have a weak schedule. You know what I'm saying? Tannehill's a consistent quarterback with the additions. I think you guys can definitely have a better season than last year in a weak division, because the Colts and Texans are weaker teams in this league, regardless of what the previous dude thought. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
the Colts are just in, and now after the reports came out that the Jonathan Taylor reports that just dropped right after I dropped that video, that's crazy. That's exactly how that works. But they're about to trade him, so the Colts aren't going to be that good this year, and neither are the Texans are kind of in rebuild. You know, so I like what they did in the draft, but they're in rebuild. Definitely think you guys are the second best team in that division, definitely, and it just depends on your head-to-head matchups with Jacksonville because Trevor
Right.
Lawrence has arrived and he's got himself a weapon in Calvin Ridley, who didn't play
Oh
last
yeah.
year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So
For sure.
exactly. So and Calvin Ridley looks pretty damn good. I've seen him in training. He looks sharp.
Yeah.
So that year off might have done him good, but hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we'll see what happens. I know you're hoping for a good Titans year this year. So
Yes, every year. It's been for the past 25. Well, let's see. Yeah, since they've been in Tennessee since '97. Yeah. So yeah.
yeah. So of course Derrick Henry will be at the top of the list in fantasy football. So
Right.
hopefully he puts up those. You know, it seems like every year Derrick Henry busts out one 99-yard touchdown is what I should say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. But yeah. But I appreciate you for coming on, man. Like, is there anything you would like to say before you get out of here? Like where they can find you at, what you got going on? Let them know.
I mean, usually we usually go to one, maybe two games a year, but I mean, we usually host people at our house, Titans fans. Like I said, I was trying to get things set up outside, but I guess the lighting wasn't good. But yeah, I mean, just tighten up, man. And thanks for having me on for sure, man. I'd love to come on again.
It's not a problem. If you guys make the playoffs, I'll bring you back on because I'll be bringing back the playoff teams. You know what I'm saying? That everybody makes the playoffs, I'll be bringing them back on here just to pretty much wrap up the season. But
Right.
that's a long way from now, and I just want to enjoy football season. I know you're ready for football as well.
Exactly.
So going to be eating some good barbecue or whatever it is and just watching some football. But I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on. And like I said, we'd love to have you on again. To anybody that's watching this long, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe for more covers like this. You know what I'm saying? I do my live play-by-plays, I do my movies, etc. You know what I'm saying? Channel memberships are available. So for $2.99 a month, you can be a member, which you'll be eligible for a giveaway. I am giving away a jersey of your choosing at the end of this month or Ace Avenue merchandise. So make sure you hit that join button. But as always, guys, thank you for tuning into the Ace Avenue. I am yours truly, the Ace. Adios.
Thanks, man.